This video will be an unboxing, setup, and review of the Azdome dash cam M01 Pro. Alright, so this was sent to me in lieu of review, which is what we're doing right now. A couple things that I noticed without even unboxing it yet is this one, I believe, attaches with a suction cup and not tape. So this would be a good one if you need to swap it back and forth between different cars. Let's just go ahead and unbox it, see what we got here, and then we'll go out and put it in the car. Give it a good test. Okay. Well, there you go. Okay, looks like it comes with an SD card, micro SD card, 64 gig, so that's good. It does tell you to format the SD card prior to using it. What else we got here? Oh, might have been wrong. It may stick to the windshield too. Good, 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 good. There's the suction mount. And there is one that sticks to the window. That's great. That's very good news. So it just looks like it just slides in like so. Really clipped into it. Okay, that's pretty solid. So you have two options to mount it: suction cup or stick it to the windshield. Just very good news for me. So what do we got here? Oh, so this has a rear cam too. Awesome. Okay, well, I thought this was just a forward cam. I was misinformed. I need to inform myself better, don't I? And then, of course, here's the power cable going to it. Power cable, trim tool, and this is nice. Got the little trim tool to help tuck away the cabling, and that to help hold the cable up. So that is awesome. Okay, so right here we have our switches, up, down, and I suppose that's menu. Oh, nope, that's menu. Menu, up, down. We'll have to plug all that in and see, I guess. And right here is where we're going to attach the USB cable. I suppose that one's for power, and then this one right here is probably for the rear camera. Yep. And this is nice. I've had this on other cameras as well. I will not need to hook this up in this car. However, this can be attached to your backup lights, and that will engage your backup camera. So you can see it as you're backing up. This car already has a backup cam, so I don't really need that. Okay, and of course it's got a user manual. Oh, and more importantly, this is great. I failed to do this on my first camera that I installed, and it was just silly I didn't. But when we go to mount it, this sticks to the windshield, kind of like a window tint would, and then you mount the camera to it. That way you don't damage the glass permanently when you stick the camera on there permanently. So that's good. Alright, so I guess next I just simply need to go and outside and mount the camera. Okay, next I'm going to install the camera on the back, and it does come with this to mount it to the glass. However, I purchased this to use because then you can put it on the tint without damaging the tint. And as always, there'll be a link down in the description to this. Alright, when using these, you need to clean that off, which I've already done. Then of course figure out exactly where you want the camera to be at. Okay, so when putting these on, follow the directions. You'll see which side goes to the glass and then which side goes to the camera. Oh goodness, can't really see. I hope that's straight. Rub that on really good. Okay, now I'm going to peel this off.
very gently. Now a little note, you can get a little bit of change from flipping this around, this bracket right here, to give you a little bit of difference in the way it mounted, and this seems to be the best way to mount it on this car. And of course, don't forget that. Make sure I caught that on video. Pull that cover off right there. Now the next, I'll put the double-sided tape on it, and this did come with the Camry, and also a couple of screws come with it too if you mount it externally, which is a better idea for your viewing pleasure to get better quality video. So, that to pull off, and now stick it. This is kind of a one-shot deal here. Can adjust a little bit, not a whole lot. There we go. Oh, and I tightened those screws up just enough before putting this on, so I can adjust it some, but it should hold okay. Double plug this wire in and re-hide it. So, my arm is not long enough. We may do that off camera. Anyway, you get the idea. Okay, so what I did is I ran the rear camera cable along the back, then down through here. And by the way, these moldings just, this rubber just pulls right off and pushes it back on. So I just ran the wire down along this cable channel, or down this channel right here, through here, across here, over to the front door, and pulled it up through here. And these pieces come off, just pull up on most cars, like so. You can see where I ran the cable. So I ran it along through here, then up into the dash. Right here, make sure you don't get in the way of the side air curtains. I went behind it, up through here, and then out. It's a camera wire for the rear coming down, and I wanted to place the camera like somewhere right around here. And in that case, I'm going to run the wires up along here, across here, and then down and across. And I'm probably not going to show you all that because it's quite boring. Okay, I think I missed a bunch of stuff. So be sure to peel this off right here. Here's our buttons, and this right here on the screen protector shows you what the buttons are for. OK, M, lock, and power on and off. Then on this side we have up, down, and the menu button. Okay, and let's see if I can get this on here. There we go. And then to put this piece on, the bracket on, it just simply slides in like so. And you should hear a click. I don't know if you heard that or not, but it did click. And then to remove it, you just push up on that and pull that out. And then next, I'm going to kind of get an idea of where I want the camera. So I typically like it right behind the rear view mirror so it doesn't get in my way. I made the mistake of putting the Expedition more down in the tent, and I got railed on for that on one of my cameras. So yeah, if you got tent, make sure you're out of the way of the tent. That can help the video quality. So I'm going to mount it like right about here, and I'm going to go ahead and put the anti-static or the static film up there. Get that cleaned off. Oh yeah, and as a bonus, this one comes with a suction cup. So if you need to transfer it to another car, that makes it super easy. Yeah, so you can use that as well. I'm going to do it the other way, using the static clean. Okay, so again, yours is going to be a little bit different because I'm not using the static clean that came with the camera. It does come with it. I don't know what I did with it. It's around here somewhere. But anyway, just peel that off, and again, the red goes to the windshield. And as you probably guessed, it doesn't stick too well up in this region where the
where the bumps are in the windshield. It needs to be flat and smooth. And on this car it is not. So ultimately, I did not use a static clean on the front windshield. I stuck it directly to the windshield. That's going to vary depending on your car and placement, of course, of where you want the camera.
Okay, so again, I'm going to forgo using the static sheet for the window because it does not work on this stuff at all. And if I put it down here, it just hangs too low. I don't like it. In a truck, you're probably fine putting it below the mirror, but here, not so much. So I'm going to put it up here. Just peel that off and stick it on there. We will wire it. And I've already put the cable in for the rear camera. Okay, now then, tuck that cable in. Okay, again, when you go around the airbag, go around it, not across it, because, you know, that would hurt. You don't want the cable hitting you in the face or anything. To stay out of the way of the airbag right here, I went on this side right here. It came down to that about right here and then came across and out and then back down. That way I'm assured that wire is not in the way of the airbag at all. Air curtain, whatever. Alright, so now I'll just continue it on down through here and up underneath the dash, and I'm going to do that off camera. Now I've ran the wire through here, pulled this piece off. Just pulls right off, no big deal. And now I'm going to try to put it back on, hiding that wire. Now I got to do is plug it in. If you can see that down there, but it's plugged in. Now it's internal accessory, see what happens. Okay, now we can go through, scroll through resolution, cycle recording, G sensor, not sure what that is, parking, time lapse, Wi-Fi settings, and hit OK. I'm guessing there's an app available here. There's your Wi-Fi settings. So I guess all that's left for me to do is to get some footage, get a little more familiar with it, and then come back and kind of walk you through that menu a little better. Okay, next I'm going to go and download the Azdome app from Play Store. Excuse me. Install. Alright, let's open it up. I suspect we'll have to create. We'll get your GPS, geographic information in the background in order to get the Wi-Fi name. Otherwise, we can't get the Wi-Fi name, which will affect these. Okay. Alright, so now I need to create an account. So I am going to pause it right here. Okay, so now we got the app installed, got an account created. We're in the car, so I'm going to hit add recorder. I guess screen recorder. Oh. Alright, so I need to attach the Wi-Fi. So I need to get the Wi-Fi information off the camera here. Do Wi-Fi. Okay, there's the Wi-Fi name and password. Default's 1234567 So next I need to go into the phone. Oh, turn it on. Hit OK. Alright, so the Wi-Fi is now on. M01. There it is. It popped in there. And the password's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Connect. It's probably going to give me a warning about no internet, because that's not going to provide internet connection. Connect this thing. Oh, come on. There we go. Connected without internet. Back to the app. Screen recorder. Okay, so we've got it added. So now we can go in here and connect to it. And there's the live view of it. Dashcam albums. Please stop. Okay, so here's several different videos that it's taken. And what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to download a few. I'll go ahead and show them on this video, but I also will upload them separately, so you can kind of get an idea what it looks like without without any processing through Adobe Premiere or whatever. The rear cam, if we're going to that light, see what this is. Okay, so now we can select download right here. Go in here. Okay, by the way, to find the app, you can go into the little owner's manual here and scan the QR code, and that will take you to the app as well. Okay, I think we're almost done here. Syncing mobile apps, albums. Okay, so we got that one downloaded. So I need the rear cam, and you can see it has date and time. So that's the front cam. Oops. And this is the rear cam. So I'll go ahead and download the rear cam so you can see the same footage coming out of it. Okay, once downloaded, you'll have to go into Mine right down here to pull the video out. And then we go to local album. And there's the videos right there. And then of course from there you can share it. Okay. And you can also find it just by going to your gallery and do all your normal Android or iPhone stuff. The image quality looks really nice. Easy to install. I kind of like the fact that you can mount it on the outside that is weatherproof, weather resistant, so you can do that. I did not want to drill holes in this car. It's my wife's car, and she did not want holes drilled in it, so I did it this way where I put it on the back glass. Doesn't seem to have affected the video quality a whole lot. I'm sure it has affected a little bit, but this car has some really good tint on it. Final thoughts. It's very similar to other dash cams. It's got the app. Yeah, the default for the front cam is 3200 by 1800. And then you also have 2560 by 1440 and 1920 by 1080. I didn't go through the menu a whole lot. It's got a lot of your settings in there, of course. And I did show you how to set up the date and time. Alright, well thank you for watching. Oh. As always, there'll be a link down there in the description to the camera. And if you want to do like I did and attach it to the back glass, especially if you have tint, you want to use that little static screen so you don't tear up your tint or your defroster or whatever. And again, I didn't use it up here because of the bubbles. And if I used it on the glass, it would put it lower than what I like. And yes, I put it behind my rearview mirror because I really don't want to see that screen while I'm driving. It kind of hides it from public view a little bit, and that's how I prefer to do them. You might want to drop it down a little bit more so you can see it while you're driving, especially if you're using it for a backup camera, which, as I mentioned early on, have a backup camera, so no need for that. Alright, well thank you for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, if you did, please select like down there and subscribe to my channel. If you didn't like it, well, subscribe to the channel, maybe you like the next one. Thank you for watching.